Unique, New York. Welcome, everybody. We are Tabletop Anthologies. This is Star Trek Adventures. Before we get started, if everybody could just go ahead and rub these guys, rub the lobes for good luck for our crew aboard the USS Surprise. Oh yeah, look at them. You guys are great at this. Yeah, get the other one. I don't want it to be jealous. We have a full crew tonight. This hasn't happened since 1985. Actually, this was like September. So welcome back to Forloth and to Turg. We're glad to have you, gentlemen. We are in the middle of our scenario called Dormant Life. Previous scenario, a quick synopsis. The crew beamed down to the ship that they found that had crashed upon the surface of the planet. And upon further investigation, they went in and explored and found that there were some beings on board. They don't know who they are, what they are. Nothing they found seems to be in the database of Starfleet. They worked to break into the system using their tricorder, and they did so. And they were able to read a log, and it spoke about these aliens. They seem to be, I believe it was an asteroid, looking for suitable asteroids or mining. And they had ran into one, causing some damage, and so they had to crash land. When nobody came to rescue them, they had said that they were going into hypersleep. And then I believe it is he an ensign? Severian? Ensign Moore? Yes, he is. Ensign, if you ask the captain. He was able to unlock the only door that they couldn't get into the ship. We don't know what's in there. Could be dead bodies. Maybe it's the Borg. Maybe it's Ferengi lobes. Right? Who knows? Anyways, we'll do a quick around the clock here, introduce everybody, all our players, and then we'll hit this warp speed. No. Okay. Our captain, being played by Tabletop Tony, Captain Maricadi. Welcome.
I think we need to go into Warp 10 and go back in time and redo that intro, because you didn't say Star Trek Adventures. Or, wait. No, you did say Star Trek Adventures. You didn't say Star Trek Anthologies, which is what it should be. Hi, I'm Gregory Maricadi, the captain. Sorry, I'm a little sassy.
Well, welcome, Captain. And you know, Warp 10 is not achievable. We don't know that yet, but Voyager eventually finds and tries it out, and things happen.
You just gotta sling your ship off of the orbit of a sun in order to create that like gravitational pull to, transcend
I
time.
think you should consult your engineer on that. That
was
theory.
in like the second movie. I did my training. Watch my training videos.
Okay. All right. Good. Perfect.
Well,
With
I think they also
the whales.
The way
retcon the whole Warp 10 thing, because it's achieved in one and then not in the others, and then
More inconsistencies for sure. Yeah.
It's good. No, it's good. It's
But anyway,
welcome,
they all
sir.
turn into like giant chrysalis monsters, and
It's the salamanders. Voyager turns into
silicon-based life forms,
salamanders.
I think.
We have Hades being played by our local Vulcan, Commander Kullat. Welcome to Star Trek Anthology, sir.
salutations.
How's it going? You got anything logical to tell us before we start?
A precedes B.
That's what I thought. Well, welcome. And welcome back to our master on the stage. There he is. Lieutenant Commander Zemtak Thrall, played by Turg. Welcome, sir. Welcome back.
Why, thank you. On my journeys, I found out that a rising tide raises all ships, but we're not on the water, so that doesn't really matter. It's not very applicable. Either way, I'm glad to be back.
So did you check your Starfleet email? Because there seems to be a lot of mail in your inbox from that female Klingon that seemed to take a liking to you. You might want to reply back. It might get bloody.
Hey, if you need a restraining order, I think Kullat probably knows how to figure those out.
He might. He might. Our engineer.
Wait.
Sorry.
Are you suggesting that Kullat has had a lot of experience with restraining orders?
I mean, if that's the implication, I mean, I didn't say it. Like, if ever people are thinking it, so I mean.
Would you like to comment, Commander? No.
Missed something there.
Our engineer, being played by Orloth, Lieutenant Commander Caval, our Andorian. Welcome back, sir.
I'm happy to be back, and I'd just like it to be clear, I was an Andorian engineer way before that other guy.
He was. He was. We have it on VHS here that says so. And our recently promoted Chief Medical Officer, being played by Severian, Lieutenant Andal Grax.
Hello. Good evening.
How's the environment down in sickbay currently?
It's pretty good. You know, I got the captain visiting me pretty often, making sure I'm doing okay down there.
Well,
Good
so,
top shape.
would you
I thought he
care
was saying
to?
he talks to ghosts at first.
Why is the captain?
Does that seriously mean nobody's going to call him Lieutenant? What? Junior grade?
Junior grade?
You got
I
promoted.
mean, if
Yeah.
you feel
That's
that you
fine.
need to
That's
continue to call him that, and you know, I mean, that seems like an
Lieutenant
Andorian thing to do.
No. This is. I'm just saying. This is momentous. This is.
He's
should be acknowledged.
graduated. He's graduated. So would you care to tell us why the captain continues to visit you in the med bay?
Well, I don't speak publicly
Drugs.
about those sort of things.
Doctor-patient confidentiality? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Exactly.
One of them's giving the other a hypo spray.
Oh, all right.
An analgesic.
Where- Of course, that's what I was going to specify because it's important. Delivery
One of
systems.
one
and
of
all.
those.
I wouldn't know. I'm not a nurse. I mean, doctor.
That's right. That is correct. It relieves his headache.
So we're going to start on the bridge at the surprise with our main characters, since on the surface are some supporting characters. So we will go to that point now. So on the bridge, hovering in orbit of this planet. Oh, the Lover 4331 just subscribed. Thank you. Welcome. Hello. Oh,
Thanks
the
for
Spider.
subscription.
And yeah.
Oh,
And Spider
Helpful
Queen.
description.
That's what I'm
The
talking
Lover.
about.
Nice. And Spider Queen.
Thank you. Thank you both.
Thanks, guys.
Hello and welcome. So yes, we are in orbit above this planet, while the supporting characters are on the surface. Our regular bridge crew are up here. They might be playing some holodecks, simulations. Maybe they're playing some 20th century cards or poker. I guess we can start with the bridge. So here we are.
So
Yes.
Andal
Oh.
is just sitting by right now, basically waiting for any needed medical support.
Cool. As the captain of this vessel, Commander Kullat, I'm assuming we've already gotten some readings, Admiral, from the surface in relation to the chemical analysis we did on the ship's hull. We already got that analysis, right? And we sent it back down to them, I think. That's where we left off, right?
Yeah, so when they had sent those readings up, basically from the tricorder up to you guys were able to analyze them, yes.
Right. And I think we sent it back to them, and then at the same time, at the end of our last episode, that's when they discovered the cryosleep pods, right? Just making sure that
The
I'm
log
clear on this.
of the cryosleep pods, yes.
The log. Yes.
Yes.
They haven't actually entered the room yet. Okay. So now we're on the bridge from that point.
Yes.
Okay.
Affirm. And so also, just to, if we have to do a little backtracking to bring our 2 other characters in,
Right.
we can do that. And I'm got to fix
I
one.
have an idea.
One camera here because for some reason Turg, I don't see Turg.
I don't see Turk either.
What the shit?
Turk, where are you? Turk!
Oh dear God, where's Turk?
Why is this happening? Backgrounds.
He's communing with the former captain.
Oh
He's
gosh.
not even there. All right, hold
Stay
on.
on.
Let me fix his source.
I don't even know where I am.
He's up on Act Talker.
Walk
the
to
shit?
the light, Carol Ann.
Carol Ann. Let me see. Yeah, I see him.
Here.
Why isn't his? Okay. Weird. Weird. Let me delete it and try one more again. You're gonna get big on the screen probably, so everybody take it in. NDI. Add existing.
I'm getting big.
I'm getting so
Oh
big.
God, look at him. I'm just gonna leave him right there in the middle like that. So
The
hot.
raid boss has arrived.
Yes, I think I saw that episode.
All right, hold on a minute. I don't know why your camera did that. Bullshit though.
Starfleet and the giant Turk.
Okay, and we're back to norm.
Cool.
Okay, so like I said, if we gotta backtrack a little bit to get these 2 in, we will do that.
Cool. So it's been a while. We're kind of waiting on readings. We just sent it back down. We've heard kind of some communication back. So I'm going to get on the communication device and speak to Lieutenant Commander Caval. Are you able to get a reading on the away team on the surface of the barren asteroid? I'm getting some weird readings down here.
I will check right away, sir.
Click. And
So, what are we checking for?
we're checking to see. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was telling Caval to basically get a link on the away team, making sure that our connection to them is strong, and if we're able to take them off the surface if necessary.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I was going to go control engineering, unless you would prefer something else, Admiral.
Yeah. For is it more like having a transporter lock on? Is that what you want to do?
Pretty much, yeah. I want to make sure
presume so,
that
yes.
because of the chemical composition's weird, a lot of weird elements going on this planet. Can we maintain a stable lock on command, basically?
Complication, Admiral?
So yeah, control and engineering, sir. Difficulty of 3.
3. Got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you
Give
one
yourself a momentum.
complication because of the ship. Do
Do you want a ship roll for this too?
And
Wait a second.
yeah, for the ship, you'll do sensors and engineering, sir. Sensors and
Wait a
engineering.
second. Remind me. Sorry, it has been a couple of weeks since I've
Yes.
played. What's the I see complication, which one is the default. Where would you put in 3?
That's just how many
No, that's just
successes
me.
you need on your roll.
Oh, that's you.
Yep,
Okay, sorry.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Alright,
perform
coming
task,
back.
number of dice. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Give yourself a momentum. Oh well, never mind.
Oh,
Go. Yeah.
You got it.
No
Oh, you're an expert.
complications.
What do I do? I'm just
Yeah.
a human.
So, Lieutenant Commander, you, based on what you're seeing currently, with the setup that the crew had done previously, to kind of establish better communications because they weren't able to communicate before, you were able to keep a lock on them at this time from within the ship.
very good, Admiral. Commander, we have luck.
Very good, Caval. Tech Thrall, can you take us just a bit closer. I want to make sure that we maintaining distance with this asteroid, but still, I don't want to lose them, and I'm rather cautious about these anomalies that seem to be happening around us.
You've came to the right place, Captain Maricadi.
Okay, so right now you're currently at a standard orbit. Nothing special about your orbit. If you would prefer to go in closer, Lieutenant Commander, we can do that.
Let's do it.
Okay. Give me control and Conn. Difficulty of 1 ship. I'm going to need engines in Conn, please.
Thank you. This is on your own. Kurt, you are a
Nice.
performer.
Nice.
So yeah, you it was difficulty 2. So you can bank or you can use that further if you like.
Yep, effectiveness.
Okay. So originally when they had got to this planet, they'd noticed that when they sent a probe down, that they were getting some hazardous readings, kind of like from electrical storm perhaps, on the planet. When you take the ship in, there is some turbulence, but the inertial dampeners and your skill, it's like smooth sailing. So there's no effectiveness. There's nothing reactive to the shields or the ship itself. So you are on extremely low orbit.
Admiral, how much time left until asteroid impact?
Based on the last where we were, it was probably about 16 hours.
Okay.
Very good. Well, Kullat, continue to monitor the surface from low orbit, and please make note of any fluctuations in terms of temperature, electromagnetic field, or pressure.
Very good, Captain.
I know.
Is there anything else that anybody would like to do before I kind of shift the scene south to the surface?
Sure. Lieutenant on the surface, Lieutenant Taria, report. What's the status on the away team? Lieutenant
Well,
Taria?
Captain, we've just made a discovery. It seems to be some logs of how this ship got here.
Very good. Could you send us a copy of those files?
Right away, Captain. We'll have that sent to you immediately. The great work
Thank
of my
you.
team got us here. We accessed their computer systems. It wasn't entirely easy, but we got it done. I'm very proud of my crew, and this is Starfleet.
Very
So-
good, Lieutenant.
So
I await your recordings. Yep.
at the bridge, you immediately get that, and the log that they had reviewed down there shows up on your main viewer there, which is what you see on your screen, I believe, right? You guys all see it?
Yes. I do. I can speak for everyone.
Okay.
Did any of these seem to include something that might be like medical records of the crew that I could look at as Andal?
With this log,
Yeah, I didn't know if it was like just a specific log or if there were more of the entire ship files.
this was all that was brought up based off of what you ran at the time.
Gotcha. Okay. Just trying to be helpful.
Try harder.
I will. Anything for you, Captain.
Thank you. Thank you. Very good, Lieutenant Taria. Thank you for the information. We've received it, and we're uploading it to our ship's database. Anything else to report?
Not at the moment, Captain. We've got some doors that are still locked to us. We're probably going to investigate that next now that we've seen that the crew might be in some sort of stasis pods. We'd probably like to find those.
Stasis pods, like cryosleep?
That's what I meant, Captain.
Right. I was wondering if they had the same technology as us. That's quite interesting. Keep me posted. If they've shown signs of life, be sure to alert the bridge as soon as possible.
Of course, Captain.
Very good. Captain out. Clip. And yeah, we're going south, I guess.
Okay, so Cabal, Thrall, do you guys want to take your main characters? Would you like to join down on the planet's surface with supporting characters?
Right. We did like loosely say we wanted to take some expendable red shirts. I'm just saying they could be there and just have been silent this whole time. I'm just saying. Throw in the bone.
You could be like, we could be sending Cabal, since he's the engineer, with like some backup jennies or something. Make sure the ship's powered, get them doors open, bring a can opener.
I'd be up for
I like that idea. Yeah. And then Thrall, I mean, either you could go down trying to pilot the ship up, but at the same time, maybe sending someone else down, like a secondary. Looks like Jam2. Control and Conn is the two things we want to look for, right? Control and Conn. Here we go. So this other Andorian, Rovab, seems to be pretty good at that. Just saying.
Well, 2 is enough Andorians, okay? That's
that's why I was kind of scared to talk about it. We'll have 3 down there. Like, that's way too many. It'll be a antenna measuring contest.
Whoa.
Lieutenant Taria to Captain.
Yes, Lieutenant Taria. This is the captain.
As I mentioned, there is a door that is still quite jammed. We don't have the means to get that open. Are you able to send maybe some assistance down here?
That shouldn't be a problem, Lieutenant.
Captain, I volunteer for that awaiting.
Very well, Cabal. Get into an exosuit right away and head down to the transporter room, and we'll get you down there. But we need one more to perhaps pilot this alien vessel. Thrall, do you know of any aspiring pilots that may be available?
No, sir. I know no aspiring pilots that would be available to drive that vessel. However, there might be one for this seat right here. I will go. This sounds exciting.
Oh, very good, Commander Thrall. I approve the mission, and I'm gonna like open up the data pad and take a look at our ship roster, and then if I say ensign, okay, here we go. Lieutenant Rovab to the bridge. Lieutenant Rovab to the bridge, please. This is the captain speaking. And then I wait, and then I tell Thrall, hey Thrall, head down to the transporter room with Cabal and regroup with the away team. Make sure to wear an exosuit. It is hostile. What's the class? Class M? No, M I think is hostile.
I think it was Class D. Let me make sure. With no atmosphere.
Yeah.
So just to clarify for me, so the ship has crash landed on planet. Can we beam into the ship? Are they already on the ship, or we have to beam outside the ship to gain access?
So the ship's been on this planet for about 20 years. The crew noticed that once they got inside, their communications weren't working within the team and then also within the ship. You had previously worked through breaking through the disturbance within the ship to establish communications. You could certainly attempt to transport. It sounded like he wanted Thrall to take a ship, but then he started talking about transporting. So, whatever you guys want to do at this point.
No, that's fine. If there's any sort of interference, yeah, we'll teleport at the outside of the ship. Yeah, and then I'll save my other questions for when we get down there.
Okay. And it's Captain. It is a Class D planet. Class D planet.
Thank you. Being a Class D planet, make sure to wear your exosuits. report to the transporter room when we're ready. Thank you, gentlemen.
I have a question. When an Andorian's wearing one of these EVA suits, do they have a specialized helmet that allows the antennae to continue to stick up, or do those get flattened down inside the helmet?
We don't like to talk about it.
I should have realized that it's a personal question.
I would assume that they kind of get squished a little bit in there. Or maybe there is a special helmet, but they probably don't go, they're not exposed to the elements.
I was going to say, can I cut holes in mine? And never mind.
Now, you bring up a valid point. If the helmet's actually interfered with the antenna, that would potentially interfere with an Andorian's balance and reaction time. I think there would have to be special helmets.
I would think it might affect it a little bit, but they're not cut off, so maybe...
Yeah, they're not cut off, but they're also not erect and functioning, if you will. I mean, I hear there are pills for that, but space pills.
Space pills.
That's why that pill's blue.
Exactly. It's an Andorian manufacturer.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this is a slight digression. We seem to have lost focus here.
I was surprised you guys engaged it, because that was a bullshit question.
Engage.
Wow.
Engage.
Hey,
We will never speak of this again. Transporter.
To the transporter room. Okay, so Thrall, what are you taking?
Standard engineering kit. Oh, sorry, Thrall, go ahead.
All I'm taking is my suit and my phaser and my tricorder.
There's one thing you forgot, sir.
What's that?
A smile.
Your dashing good looks.
I'll snag that on the way out.
All right. Let me just connect this in here. Caval, what are you taking?
Standard engineering kit, basic tools, that sort of thing. Some diagnostic equipment, and of course, a phaser. Being an expert shot that I am, expert sharp shooter with the phaser.
Okay. All right. So then, we're gonna do this.
I like it.
Under engineering, Andal, for under supporting characters in engineering, you see Jam 2L. Yeah, they do. Look at that.
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna do this roll for me then, okay?
Okay.
Since
I
you're
don't
the
think
engineer.
I can't do rolls for him though.
Oh, you can't? You son of a bitch. Okay. Configure ownership. All players. Issue. It goes. I gotta put it on owner, correct? There you go.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah, that worked.
Okay, so you will be beaming our crew down, and the lovely helmet with antennae. Control and engineering, difficulty of 3. Captain, sensors, engineering, please.
Difficulty of 3. I'm going to spend a momentum on that.
Okay.
boom.
Guess I didn't need it.
Okay. Well, you
Shit.
didn't need it. What would you like to do with the 2? Or sorry, with the 1?
Just bank it. It's wait, you said difficulty at 3, right?
Yeah.
And that roll was to assist me? The ship roll?
Oh,
Yes.
I just rolled a ship assist,
Yes.
so we
Okay.
got 6 total successes.
Oh shit! Sorry, I looked right over it. 3. Sorry, 3 momentums. 3 momentums.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bank it all.
Okay. All right, so we are going to transport back to the surface. Laugh out loud. So let me get us to the ship interior. And let me set this up before you guys get any farther. And where's my map? Map. Okay, so all right, so we'll start with our two that are just now beaming in into the ship. So you both beam just outside of the ship. I'll put you just inside because I don't have a just outside part. And in you beam. So as you get to the ship, you look around. There's dust everywhere, reddish dust, just like that of the surface of the planet that the ship had crashed on. You do have to take your time and be careful walking around. The ceiling is much lower than a normal human or an Andorian or Grazerite would stand. So much smaller, probably about 5 to 6 foot tall. High. There's piping everywhere, there's wires everywhere, and there are some structural damage within the floor. So do be careful as you creep through this area.
Admiral, the first thing I do is attempt to locate. Is there lighting in here, by the way? Is the lighting up? Does there seem to be any sort of residual backup power in operation?
No. So when they got there, the ship was not powered. They had utilized their tricorder to temporarily power the computer system to get into it to see if they found a log, and they did find that log, which you guys saw a little bit earlier. Where it talked about a dashing Andorian. So no, they
aren't they all?
They yes.
We did find that there is a power source somewhere on board, but we haven't found it yet, and it's very weak. The signal from it.
It's on emergency power from those logs.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I would like to attempt to do, Admiral. Is obviously this is meta. I haven't actually. Well, no, you were reporting back to the ship during this, right?
Yeah, so you would know. And so if you do have questions of what they did previously, before you go to do something, feel free to ask, because at this point you would basically be up to date.
Okay. Is there any of the supporting characters engineers down here?
Mm-hmm. No. Wait, do you have more?
Yeah,
we have more.
Moore is, which is being played by Sev. Ensign Moore.
Moore? Ensign
Yes.
Moore? Why do you guys keep saying ensign? Is there a reason for that?
Captain, would you like to elaborate?
My fault. Because I unironically said ensign for going in description. So now they make fun of me for it. Yeah,
Well, that's just not right.
That's rude.
I know.
Is never the answer.
Bullying is so terrible.
Ensign Moore.
Cyberbullying.
Ensign Moore, this is Lieutenant Commander Caval. Join me, please. Let's see if we can locate the power source and bring the power back online.
You know, you don't have to shout. You can just shout. We can hear you. I'm not Moore, but I'm gonna yell from the back of the ship.
So if you are yelling, they can hear. Even though it does look like a small ship, it does still have some size to it, so they can't exactly make out what you're saying.
So communicators aren't working? Is that?
They are.
They are.
Yes.
Ensign Moore, do you read me?
I do.
I do. Is that what they taught you?
You guys
Is that
are
what they taught you in the
married.
academy? I do.
Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh.
Did you understand my order, Ensign?
I believe so. I'll get right on that.
You seem to be in some doubt, Ensign. Do you need further clarification?
Yeah, why don't you run that by me?
Join me. Let's use our pooled engineering experience and talent to source this weak power source and see if we can bring power back online on the ship, starting with environmentals, lighting, that sort of thing. Does that meet with your...
You got it. And I pull out the tricorder.
So how about Caval and Ensign Moore? If you both give me a presence and command roll, please, both of you.
Command. Okay,
Presence and command.
And command. Any sort of focus we can use for this?
Command decisions, ordering, telling somebody what to do.
No, I don't have a lot in that area. Okay, I'll just roll this.
Okay, so Caval, you win that impromptu opposed check. So Moore, you will comply with what he's saying.
But are you telling me that Moore's giving me attitude? Is that the implication here?
I was just seeing what his character might do based on these rolls.
Ensign Moore, are we gonna have a problem?
No, sir. No problem here.
Right. Then we get on that, Admiral.
Okay, so
Hi, Lieutenant Commander. My name is Lieutenant Junior Grade Morax, and I'm in operations here, and I'm overseeing all the operations down here. And while we're down here, I'm just going to do the operations.
Thank you very much. What was the last name there, Lieutenant Commander?
Oh, Morax, sir.
Morax.
I'm very excited for you to be down here.
Well, hopefully this will go off without a hitch. We appreciate your contribution. I'm sure you do a fabulous job. Let's get to work, gentlemen.
Wait, what the heck? How'd you get a helmet with room for the entire? I had to squeeze mine in. I've been tripping over my own feet. What? No one told me.
Well, did you look for them?
What?
We were in such a rush.
Perhaps that's a conversation for another time. I'm sorry, what was your name again?
It's Lieutenant Taria.
Lieutenant Taria? I've played you before. No. Wait, that came out wrong.
Love you.
Yes, let's focus on the task at hand, shall we?
Of course, Lieutenant Commander. Of course. We're so glad that you're here.
Nobody likes a kiss up, Morax.
So you're doing scans, right?
Yes, let's start with scans.
Okay, who's doing what scans?
Who was it that read a power signature?
That would have been Sev, but the whole team would have known at that point that he'd at least found a power signature.
Did you get any sort of fix on where that was located? Anywhere in the ship? Specifically in the ship?
No, he hadn't.
Yeah, we just know it exists somewhere. But the only room we haven't been in is this one in front of us.
So you've searched the rest of the ship, found no possible power source. That leads you to deduce that it's behind this door. Okay.
Yeah, there's like a cargo hold, and then there's like a medical bay with some medical machines in there, and then there's at the very bottom is essentially the cockpit and some computers.
Yeah, there's a climate system in here, but
and does that
inoperable.
Does that sort of pan out, Admiral, from what I know of ship construction, that would be where the potential power source engine room would be located?
In terms of engineering, you would just know that there should be a power room in engineering, something like that, on a ship, regardless of the ship. In terms of construction and things like that, you would not know anything about this ship. Because Starfleet has no record of its design or its language that they've found so far.
Okay. And is there anything that was preventing entry into this room?
It was locked. Yes, and just in the previous as we ended, they had got into, and they had basically used their tricorders and passed the security system, and they directed the tricorder power to unlock the door. And so when they did that, all they heard was it sounded like a door creaking open, but that's where we ended. So they don't know if it's open or if it's not open at this point.
Then let's check that out. I would advise everyone to arm themselves, just in the off chance. This is an alien ship. We don't know what's behind this door.
Lieutenant Commander, arm ourselves with what exactly, sir?
Phasers. Phasers. You
Oh,
you are on a away team.
yeah,
I presume
I
you have
brought
phasers.
my razor. Your
Your razor? No, they said phasers, not your razors. And judging by your appearance, it doesn't look like you've been using it recently, Morax. But we can talk about that.
That's really rude of you to say.
We can talk about
I've
that.
done nothing but perform down here. Listen, I'm the one who broke into the operating system, okay? Don't come down here and pretend that you can tell us what to do, okay?
Okay, Morax. Lieutenant Commander Morax, we can discuss this later. But yes, I meant phaser, not razor. Do you have a phaser?
Yes, sir.
A Fraser? Does that teach you how to say things?
Did I say phaser? Oh, damn it. Okay,
Oh, no.
yes. Phaser.
I wasn't going to say
Damn
that.
it.
What do you? We're gonna all get in trouble.
Everyone
Okay,
take your space guns.
Grab your favorite Azer and
Everyone take your space gun and let's prepare to open this door.
Your blasters.
Very good.
Okay, so you're looking at this door, and it did open, but like everything else, it only opened about that far. Maybe it's the dust, maybe it's just been sitting too long, nobody greased the wheels recently, but it only opened this far, so you might have to try and manually do it to open it up. Or another means.
Okay, we'll attempt manually. Zemp, can Zemp assist? Can the two of us grab either side? And...
Yeah, so who's going to be the primary here?
yeah, that's why we called you guys down there. We tried manually already.
Yeah, we got no muscles
Brian.
down here between the three of us.
I got a fitness of 8. Zemp, what have you got?
We're
for
supposed
fitness?
to bring engineering expertise and finesse.
Yeah, it'll be fitness and security
Fitness,
here.
okay. I've got an 8 of fitness. I've got
Fitness.
a 4 of security. What about you, Zemp?
As a pilot, I don't get off my ass very much.
Oh my god.
The whole goat thing, I guess? Is that offensive?
No, it's not offensive. It's just atrophy.
Okay.
Lieutenant,
Put your hopes
Lieutenant
into it.
Commander, I could use my tricorder to attempt to power the hydraulics in the door and maybe give you a little bit of a boost.
Oh, try that. That's a good idea, Lieutenant Commander.
I'm just Lieutenant Junior grade, sir.
Oh, Lieutenant Junior grade.
All right, so if you're using your tricorder to power it, off to the left side there, just on the side of the door, you see what looks to be maybe a keypad. You can't really tell. So it's going to be.
I nervously blow, trying to blow the dust away, but then I realize I'm wearing a suit and then I wipe it off.
Yeah, you really only steam up your own suit there.
I'm embarrassed and nervous.
So give me a reason and science with a difficulty of 3, sir.
Okay, if it's okay with everyone, I'm using a dice bowl.
Please do.
To give me more.
I think it's almost full anyways.
Okay, so you're able to successfully transfer power to the door, and because you guys have recently already got into the computer and the tricorders already started to translate what it believes to be the symbols and slashes and such into actual sentences or words, you're able to basically see either open door or closed door.
Oh, I'm in. Open door.
So you hear a bunch of grinding and you hear a bunch of creaking, and it starts to open some more, and it stops, and it kind of just sits like this now.
Damn it.
Okay, I'm going to try to put my shoulder into it.
Okay.
And give it a shot. Fitness and security.
Fitness and security, and Zemp, you still helping him?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do the same thing. Fitness and security. You'll just roll 1 dice instead of 2.
Damn, Morox. 3 successes. Nice.
Okay. And so how are you opening it?
Just leverage. Just trying to leverage. Yep.
Okay.
No. Put my shoulder in it. Trying to leverage. Just making it wide enough for us to fit through.
So when you go to do that, it does shift, but does not open. So maybe you just didn't have enough oomph, but it didn't go anywhere.
Let's see. Gentlemen, any ideas? And ladies?
Well, I mean, we have 2 other perfectly good bodies that aren't doing anything to help us.
Do we have anything we could leverage? Just look around. Is there debris on the ground as well?
There is. And they had
And
previously, they so soon forgot that they previously opened the main door to the ship with a bar.
We did.
The ship has a bar? Why didn't you say so?
I think we
It does.
tried
It's a
that.
pull bar. And
I think we tried that on this door, and it did not work last time.
Yeah.
But,
It was locked. But we're good now.
that's true. I'll look for the nearest piece of debris that we might be able to use as a crowbar.
okay.
I'm sorry. Did the engineer approach it engineeringly and see if there was any engineer-related way to engineer it open, or we're just doing the pry?
Yeah, shoulder to the door. I mean,
I
you
use
bring
my
some-
tricorder. I'd use my
Some hinge
tricorder
lubricant to spray in there.
No, that's
yes.
actually not a bad idea. I'm sure we had some dry silicone spray with us in our
some white
toolkit.
lithium.
Exactly. Just right
Lube.
there along the the tracks.
Sorry, if you
gotta
try
do
and
something.
spit on it, it might work.
just spit on it.
Is there a panel he can bust open to turn the unlock gear?
Nothing.
Yeah,
that
is there
you
a
see.
manual override?
Nothing that you see.
Nothing that we see. Yeah, just give it a shot, and then we'll do all that intelligent stuff that.
All right. Well, I'm going to kind of be a little smart about it. I'm going to get whatever piece of debris I can that looks best, and then use my tricorder to kind of measure the angles and the different things on the door to get the optimal leverage angle on that makeshift crowbar.
Okay.
It's the best I can do.
All right. Anybody else
This
doing
guy was
anything?
in physics class.
While he's doing that, I'm just still trying to get the door on. I'm still trying
Okay.
just trying to feed it more power from my tricorder.
I'm encouraging them from behind.
I have my
Okay.
phaser out. My phaser.
Oh, I could do that while they're prying the door open. I'm ready to shoot anything that shoots out at us.
You guys are jumpy. You guys are nervous.
You guys are killers. We're
All right,
jumping like tigers on this ship.
In case there's any gases or acid, like this is an Egyptian tomb we're cracking open.
Just shoot the acid.
Ensign
Taria,
Moore.
could I actually get your help with this? If you place your hand right here and right here next to mine, it'll give us some additional power.
It's just
Smooth.
Yeah.
is this our ghost moment,
Yeah.
or are you showing me how to swing the bat? I'm all for it. I am right there. Taria jumps in. And just
Good
doesn't
form.
even-
Good form.
Wait a second. Didn't Taria have a thing for the
For the doctor?
doctor in the
Yeah.
alternate universe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's all coming
right
back to me
here
now.
and right here.
Yep. You got it.
So it'll be Ensign Moore. It'll be fitness and security, difficulty 1, sir, and Taria, Lieutenant Taria. Same thing, only 1 die though. 1 dice, uno dice.
Could I argue fitness and engineering since I'm trying to get the, approach it in a physics sort of
Oh damn!
Yeah,
Snap.
angle?
yeah, you could. Nice. I like that.
I had
I disagree.
success from his coaching.
Oh.
Oh,
Your Honor,
man.
I object.
So,
Oh no!
Atha, Ensign Moore, you direct Taria so well that she kind of does all the work for you, and eventually those doors creak and grind open, but they do open up. And the door unlocks.
Interesting. We shine a light in there. Is it? Presumably it's dark.
It is dark.
Shine a light. The corners.
So-
Look around. What do we see?
So from where you're at, you just kind of see, kind of straight back off to your left is what looks to be maybe like a smaller computer type screen, and then off to your right you just see like a junky table.
Okay, I'm going in. I think. Interesting. Indeed.
So as you
search the room.
Okay, so as you guys enter this room, basically all over, there seems to be buttons and screens, smaller, not something that, again, would be used for your size. The computer systems, they all kind of resemble...
Wait, what do you mean our size?
Smaller, shorter. In
How
the
much
previous scenario, they had learned that they may be the whatever these aliens are, they might be the size of like 10-year-old humans.
What, like space hobbits?
Yeah, 3-4 foot tall. Could be
Maybe
space
they're-
hobbits.
Maybe they're grays.
Ooh. But you
Ooh.
see the computer systems, they look older. They look antiquated, kind of like what an old NX class ship might look like, brand new back in the day. This looks old. It doesn't look very technological. And then also you see a large bundle of wires that flow from an area into the floor.
And is that a pit? Is that a descending tube?
That is a hatch.
Hatch. Well, first, hook up some diagnostic equipment. Attempt to communicate, run some tests, try to get establish some sort of basic machine code or machine language connection.
So you're trying to connect to the computer again?
Yeah, but more from a maintenance as opposed. I'm not trying to access databases or navigational charts. I'm actually trying to get to like power relays. That sort of thing.
So
status, bring them online.
Well, if we shared with him what we learned, though, that would give him the basis of the mechanism's internal language, right? How it does its ones and zeros or whatever system it uses.
Yeah, I mean, he would know. He's basically saying he wants to try and access the engineering controls from here. So, like, assuming that there's a main engineering, right? Is that what you're basically saying? Is you're looking to
basically, I said
X?
it much more intelligently than you just did, but yes.
So you're standing right next to what looks to be like an engineering console. Yes.
Okay, but again, I'm attempting to access through my diagnostic equipment. I'm not just pushing buttons.
So you're tricorder. So what you have to do first is
tricorder. I'm talking serious.
Your engineering equipment. That's right.
Yes, exactly.
Reason in engineering, sir. Difficulty of 1 because your team has transferred the previous tricorder data to you.
Wow, that looks like some sophisticated stuff, Lieutenant Commander.
It does indeed.
It actually runs on a trinary system, whereas ancient Earth computers ran on a binary system. You see, whereas we had ones and zeros, this is more like an up-down neutral.
Lieutenant Taria, did you bring snacks? Are you chewing on snacks right now?
Much.
Not to share. I have Andorian diabetes, and I have to keep my space sugar at the right. Don't touch my snacks.
So one success.
One success. So you're able to basically bring up the screen, and it does power, and you see that there's nothing powered on the ship. But what you do see is there seems to be what power they have is being routed somewhere else via the cable system in that room.
So presumably this cable node that goes down through this hatchway.
Yes.
All right. Is there anything I can do from here to affect engineering or power, or bring the lights up, for instance? Open the doors, anything like that?
The world is your oyster, sir.
Well, I will attempt to do that first. Bring light control, environmentals, lighting online.
Okay, so that'll be two different rules then.
Wait,
for lighting,
Hold on. Yeah.
Lieutenant Commander, there's multiple hull breaches were detected in the previous diagnostics. I wouldn't recommend trying to turn the climate system on. It'll just suck more of the power dry.
Yeah. I was being overly ambiguous with the term systems. I'm talking just basic environmental controls as far as the lights on, the doors, able to open the doors without prying them open. That's that sort of thing. But yes,
Okay.
Not. No, he's absolutely right, Admiral. But not to provide an oxygen atmosphere or anything. I'm not attempting anything that ambitious right now.
Okay. So dealer's choice here, Caval. Reason or control, and
Control,
engineering.
please.
In engineering, it's going to be a difficulty of 2 and a complication range of 3, sir.
Complication range of 3. Okay. Come on, baby. Wait. Let's see. I've got warp field dynamics, transporters and replicators, computers, electroplasma power systems as focuses. Can I use any of those?
Well, which one do you think would fit best?
Electroplasma power systems. Electroplasma.
Yeah, so go ahead and use your focus.
Okay.
Where are those cryopods? Anybody notice those aren't in here? I assumed they would be in this room.
So there is a complication, and there is one success. Do
Okay.
I have anything as far as complications? Let's see. Well, technical expertise, little more power. What does little more power do? No, that's not my ship, so that
Ship
doesn't
stuff.
help.
You can use
Technical
momentum to negate it. I think that might be your best bet.
What was
If you
that?
don't have a perk, obviously. You can use momentum to negate complications.
Is that okay with you guys?
Oh yeah, I'm okay with it. Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I'd like to use momentum to negate
Okay.
that complication.
Did you find a talent that you were trying to use?
Here we go. Miracle Worker. You have
Right.
reputation doing the impossible repairs and modifications well in advance of expectations, getting offline systems up and running when most needed, and so on. But it's an extended task. I would need to achieve a breakthrough and roll at least one effect on a challenge die. Then I would achieve a second breakthrough. Does that in any way apply? Emma?
You throw it in there for me. I think it's on an extended task. Whenever you use an engineer's... Yeah, this only relates to extended tasks. This is not an extended task.
I gotcha. I mean, I suppose I could have came at this as an extended task, but let's just go with it as it is right now.
Okay. So
so,
using
yes,
momentum to get
negate-
rid of that complication.
Yes, exactly. Momentum to negate the complication. One success.
Okay. So you start to get into this with your tricorder and maybe working through it. Maybe there's dust on the screen, but whatever it is you're doing, you didn't seem to find the proper buttons to turn on the lights and power to the door and the lights.
Ensign Moore, could you come over here and lend me your eyes? Perhaps you will see something I am not.
Yes, sir. I'll take a look, but if you didn't find anything. So what should I roll to try and do that?
So he had a choice of reason. Where'd it go? Reason or control plus engineering.
Okay.
And it'll be a
I'll do
difficulty
reason
too.
engineering.
Okay.
Okay.
And then still the same thing, complication range of 3.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So, un moment, por favor. Just fixing something on the map. So, once Ensign Moore comes over there, he kind of shows you up, Caval. He maybe it was because they had already worked with the system previously, so he kind of has an idea of where to go to find some of this stuff. And so
We're all on the same team.
he punches a bunch of buttons, and immediately the lights flicker and they sputter to life, and you see kind of like a dusty haze hanging in the atmosphere. More than likely because you guys were walking around the ship kind of kicking up what dust was on the ground. You do notice that the air recyclers aren't on. As kind of assumed or kind of picked up on before, everything that you see kind of looks miniature in nature. The tables, the seats, they look like they might have been made for children about 3 to 4 feet tall. And again, this is all based on the size of the consoles and the screens and the furniture in the ship. But you have lights.
At this point, I report back to... Do we have communications to the ship?
You do.
I report back to the captain on our current status and make the recommendation that we proceed down this access well, depending on his approval.
Yes, Lieutenant Commander. Come in.
What I just said.
Okay, whatever. you just told me. You didn't roleplay
no,
it.
Fair enough. Captain, current status. The team has succeeded in bringing lighting back online. We seem to have entered what appears to be a small offshoot of the engineering section. There is an access well, a Jeffries tube, if you will, that follows a cabling trunk down. That would seem to be our next logical choice, is to follow this. There could be some inherent risk, yes. We should proceed with caution, but that seems to be the next course of action, sir.
Okay. Nope. 5 to beam up now.
As you will.
Of course, Lieutenant Commander. You're in charge of the away team currently. I trust your judgment. Proceed with caution.
So, gentlemen and Lieutenant Taria, any objections? Shall we proceed?
I
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Nothing. I just I'm a bit concerned. That's all.
Okay. Would you prefer to stay up here while we go down, maintain as a communications relay to the ship?
Oh yes. I can do that. I'm well skilled in communications after all.
Because there's no guarantee that we will be able to reach the ship once we go further down into the depths.
She's versed in more than 1 million forms of it.
Yeah. Oh, I'll stay up here, Lieutenant Commander. Thank you. I'll be the third party between you and the bridge. That sounds like a great idea.
Wait, just to clarify, is Lieutenant Junior Grade Morax a female of the species?
Yes,
she is.
Oh, I thought you were just very effeminate. My apologies.
No, she's the Denobulan also.
What the hell, man? Why are you talking to me like this?
What was that, Admiral?
She is the Denobulan.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Enterprise?
Yes.
Do you remember the Doctor?
No. I'll have to look it up.
It's a Denobulan.
Okay. Then let's proceed down. Ensign Moore, Lieutenant Taria, you're okay with this course of action?
Of course, Starfleet has prepared me for many such situations.
Good. Zemp, what do you think? What do you think, buddy? Is there anything I'm not considering?
No, let's get inside inside this thing.
I'm not going to say it. Okay, yes, let's go.
That's what she said.
See, I wasn't going to say it.
I heard it with
That's what
these ears.
she
These ears
said.
picked up something from somewhere. So okay, you guys are all climbing down in. Are you guys climbing down with 2 hands, 1 hand, no hands? How you climbing in?
Not with your hands.
With my hands.
That is a good question. I'm going to 2 hands, but I'm also going to hold my phaser while I'm going down.
Okay. Are you going
This is
first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Can I
Okay.
just, before anyone jumps in there, can I just like look down with some lights shining and see so we can see the bottom?
Yeah, you certainly can.
Glow sticks. Do we have any glow sticks?
No glow sticks, but you do have your futuristic flashlights. So it's wrist mounted, and there are 2 lights that go on your wrist, and that
I would
is
like
what
to-
we call future.
Scan down there with the phaser in hand.
Okay. All right. So you do that, and it doesn't look very deep, but what you do see as you scan around that it's empty, and there's only about 3 or 4 rungs, and you see that as you look past the ship, so you see outside of the hull, right? But you also see a hole into the ground, and in that ground you see what looks to be like a floor, and there is a lever that kind of is leaning off to the side. So it kind of looks like almost a makeshift elevator that was put into these rocks here.
Oh,
But that's in the actual space down below.
Yes, correct. As you leave the ship, you climb down a rung, and then you actually exit the ship and go into the ground.
Okay. So we've now transferred from the ship to some sort of mining platform, for lack of a better term.
He was looking. Are you planning on going now?
Oh, okay. That's what he sees. Gotcha.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm really
Right.
glad I didn't slide down the ladder like I was about to.
What do you think, Ensign? Is it safe to proceed?
so far I don't see anything down there. It's just another door.
Then
I'll
let's
cover
go.
you if you're going.
Right. Then I head down.
Okay. It's really only like 3 to 4 rungs, like I said. Maybe to these people it was a lot more of a space, but you're almost immediately in this, what looks to be like an elevator. It is big enough for the 5 of you to go, if all 5 of you were going. And again, as I said, the only thing you see in there is this lever that goes left and right.
So just so I'm clear on this, is the elevator attached to the ship in any way, or is it
Not that you can see. Nope.
completely
Looks like
separate?
it might have put in there. Yeah.
capital engine? But this isn't a large space. It's just here's the platform with the lever. There's the rungs up to the ship.
Yep. Kind of like a little mine elevator, or
Okay.
like they'd have in the coal mines and stuff.
All right. Well, I'm for throwing the switch, the lever. Who's with me?
Pull
do
the
it.
lever, Kronk.
Kronk.
Then yeah, we throw the lever.
Okay. So let's see here.
Oh, I didn't like that noise.
It's actually
Unpull
just
the lever.
yeah, unpull the lever. So you start to kind of it bounces and jerks. It kind of creeps around a little bit, and
Was it a little jerk?
yeah, a little jerk, not like a Rekkert grabbing the seat jerk. It kind of creaks and groans to life. You do hear a grinding sound, like dust or dirt obviously found its way into these gears or tracks or rope system, whatever system is slowly descending you into the depths of this planet. And as you go in, it's extremely dark. You don't see anything, and this is where you come down to a spot. Don't anybody move. Once you guys load in. So you load
that-
in. What's that?
Is that somebody screaming? Am I the only one who hears that?
Yeah.
Might
Yeah, I
be the
hear that.
music. I don't hear screaming. But hey, effects. Maybe you hear effects. Maybe you're a little nervous and scared. Perhaps somebody could hold your hand, Caval. Anyways, the elevator eventually stops.
Spider webs?
We'll get there. The elevator eventually stops, and it comes to a ground, and in front of you, you just kind of see a walkway that kind of extends out in front of you. You do see that there's an edge or a ledge to that area, and you do see this white-like substance that seems to be all over the place where you're standing. And so at this point, I need to know what everybody's doing, how you're moving, things like that. And I only want you to move when I tell you to move.
Don't anyone move. Ensign Moore, tricorder, please. Take readings. Zep. Lights. You face north, I'll face north and west, I'll face south and east. And with lights and the phaser, like this, surveying the room.
I do not like that shit-eating grin, Admiral.
And I call up to and Lieutenant Taria is with us as well, correct? Taria, you're with us?
Yes.
Same as
Yeah,
well.
I just
I'm
use-
against you.
I use their characters because it's just easier to add in there. So, but yeah, they're still characters.
Light and phaser. I call up to Lieutenant Morax. Lieutenant Morax, are you reading us?
Am I reading them,
No, you're not.
Admiral? I'm not?
Nope.
So do I know a signal's coming in at all and it's just gibberish?
You don't know anything.
Okay.
Nope, you just
Well,
think all is well.
Lieutenant
They
Morax?
just came, they just left, so
Lieutenant
I
Morax.
assume everything's okay.
Okay, this is not a good sign. What do we see along the perimeter?
So just on the edge, like I said, you see a walkway. It kind of extends to, if we're going north, south, east, and west based where you're standing, it extends north or straight out in front of you. On the edge, you do see an edge to this, and you see what looks to be maybe a drop off. You don't know how deep it goes, but again, everywhere is that white substance that you see.
Ensign Moore, are you picking anything up with the tricorder?
Am I, Admiral?
I don't know. So, what are you doing? What are you trying to scan for?
I would have phaser in one hand, tricorder in the other, and I'd be scanning for, I guess, any sort of life signs.
Okay. Go ahead and then give me a reason and science or security difficulty of 2.
So while he's scanning, just to be clear, we're like just completely down in the planet now, right? Like the ship doesn't extend any part of itself down this far other than this elevator.
Correct.
And this elevator wasn't attached to the ship, you said.
Correct.
Does it seem to be a different construction?
No, it seems to resemble what was on that ship, or at least the construction of that ship. You know what I mean? Like they would have used parts from.
Gotcha. And we all still, we're all on the platform. We're still on the platform, correct?
Are you? Did you step off?
Yeah, everyone.
Okay.
No,
You guys are all
did
nut
not.
to
Told us
butt.
not to move.
You told us not to move. Everyone
Okay.
stay on the platform. No one step off, please. Anything, Ensign Moore?
So Ensign Moore, you start scanning, and you receive 2 signals on your tricorder. One seems to be, one signal, I should say, does resemble a life form that you're not aware of, and it's 4 of them. 4 of them seem to be alive. One seems to be teetering on that life or death. And then also, you receive another sort of you receive another sort of signal, basically. And this this doesn't. The tricorder is telling you that there's about 3 readings of possibly a Talarian hook spider.
Okay, so 4 life signs plus the 3.
Yes.
And
Well, it looks. I'm seeing life forms on here, and there's 4 life forms, unknown life forms down here. One of them's got very low vital signs, but what is Talarian hook spiders? There's 3 of them down here with us.
somebody brief me. What size are we talking? These hook spiders?
These hook spiders, I will tell you. Un moment, por favor.
Un moment, por favor.
Por favor.
And how far can we see with our lighting? By the way,
You can see about 5 feet, basically.
wow.
These spiders are probably about, if you took a human body and gave it spider legs, they're about that big.
That's not great. We're talking venom. We're talking fangs. We're talking.
Bad
Okay,
juju.
gentlemen. We have 2 options. We attempt to rescue whatever these life forms are as per Federation standard, or we go back up and make contact with the captain and perhaps get reinforcements. Any thoughts?
I
Well,
don't
after
think we're
your
equipped
first
to deal with
statement.
this.
Do you think we are or are not?
We are not. I don't think we're equipped to deal with this. We need something to exterminate these spiders. We can't even see in here.
What were you saying, Zemp?
Well, after your first statement, it doesn't sound like there's much of a choice,
Oh.
really.
Sorry,
I say
Taria.
we set these phasers strong and go on in.
Taria does have a point. More, if someone's teetering on the edge of life or death, we feel we are somewhat obligated to try to rescue them.
Yeah, but how long has their vitals been like that? I mean, how long has this ship been down here? They can wait another,
You both make
Hour.
strong arguments. Zemp, do you have
Another,
Zemp, do you have a vote on this?
It's another 5 minutes.
I'm conflicted. It seems as though this ship's been here quite a long time, and
That is odd, isn't it?
these spiders, where are they supposed to live if not for an old vessel in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah. I mean, who are we to kill these spiders? We need to find a way to get in there safely.
That's why these phasers have a stun setting. Am I right?
So we have no idea what these other 4 life forms are. They could be hostile,
No,
correct?
Correct.
I would show him on the tricorder what I have on them.
It's like Schrodinger's victim. Maybe it's not that bad, but
Schrodinger's victim.
Okay, well, let's not let indecision rule the day, gentlemen and lady.
I'm not here with you. You can't hear you.
Yeah, but Taria's.
Well,
Give me some
Taria,
Sorry, the other lady.
Taria at this point goes once more under the breach and goes in. She doesn't waffle.
She
steps
committed.
off the platform.
Oh, so she's a true Andorian.
She committed.
That's right. She's not
Let's
struck by
let's
indecision.
not let indecision. Right, she took off.
She has Federation righteousness in her brain and veins, and goes out into it.
Damn Andorians!
Oh, the
Why
game's
life
paused. I
expectancy's
can't.
low.
I can't
Right,
launch
well-
forward.
We attempt to cover her and follow behind. Well, I do.
So
Anyways.
that's your order?
Yep. And I say, Taria, get back here!
Okay. So, I want you guys to just only move a couple spaces at a time. And we'll start. Game is not paused. Not anymore. And what is it you're doing? Taria, since you're leading, what is it you're doing?
So I do have both my, despite seeming rash, my phaser and my tricorder out. So I'm looking at the life readings so I know what to expect as I approach. And I am moving for those life signs.
Okay. They're straight in front of you.
Where are these spiders? More? Do you know?
Admiral, do I have an exact location on the tricorder?
In front of you.
Don't get too far ahead of us.
Directionally, like
Stick together.
north.
So, hang on 1 second for me. More, I need you to look down at your feet real quick, please. You see the white substance there?
Yeah, I would actually want to take a closer look at it without stepping into it.
Okay. Are you scanning it or just like looking at it like,
Eat it.
Hey, in science class, they did say taste and smell.
I would actually scan it. I want to see the composition, tensile strength, that sort of stuff.
Reason and science, please, difficulty 2.
Remember to waft.
Yes, what does it smell like too?
It has a distinct web smell. Does that help?
Yes.
What
so
do my spidey senses tell
your
me?
spidey senses tell you this is a spider web. So you run the scan on it, and basically all you're able to differentiate here is that its makeup is that of a Talarian hoax spider.
Okay.
20% sticky, 30% sprawling.
So as you go ahead,
Everyone, make sure you avoid this webbing. It's sticky and sprawling. No, nothing.
Nothing. Nobody. Bueller.
Tough for him.
Crickets.
I need to add some cricket sound effects here. Just
I
Those would
laughed.
be-
I was just muted.
that'd be good to add. All right, continue, gentlemen.
Just, Taria, will you please hold on? We do not want this thing to get, any of these things to get between us and the platform.
Time is of the essence.
You don't know that.
You don't know what you don't know.
There's some cabling over here. We should follow that. Might take us to these life support pods.
More, give me a quick insight and engineering difficulty of 0. What do you want to do with that momentum?
Bank it.
The wiring that you see and notice there resembles the exact same wiring you saw going into the hatch from above.
Okay.
So there was something connecting them. There was some sort of cabling from the ship down into this shaft.
Yeah. Well, that's what you saw right in the beginning. Was you saw the cable going down in? Remember?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Okay. But I mean, that's significant. Fact. All right, carry on, Taria.
Taria carries on.
Okay, carry on, my wayward.
She
Andorian.
keeps calm.
Are you going more?
She's calm.
I am watching the path in front of me. I don't, take uncautious steps, but I do move with.
So you take cautious steps?
Yes.
What's Ensign Moore doing? Are you staying behind?
What? I'm watching our back.
Yeah, but let's stick together.
From the
I am.
platform.
No,
Just keeping a space.
no pun intended.
Is that not a hard wall there to the left?
Is it? Can you go over to the left? Can you go through it? It's because the grids
just
don't
there.
line up exactly, but you can see the
I
edge
just
there.
thought I would keep going there. That looks
Yeah,
like a
you see the
button.
edge there, but yeah, the grids don't line up, and I didn't line it up. So
So those are not retaining walls in any.
No,
It
that
is.
is an edge.
You can't go any further than where I am now.
Well, yeah, your icon can't go any further, but it's basically just an edge. Like there's no railing there to save you from falling over.
So it's elevated.
Yeah, you are above. Yep.
Oh, it's not a wall.
And
No.
down on either side, there's just webs and.
Yes. Sorry, I thought I said that earlier. So yeah, the walkway you're on, it sits. From what you can tell, it just sits there, and there's edges, right? So you're on a walkway, but when you see those edges, no. What you see right now kind of looks part of like a cave system, but there's an edge and it drops, and you can't see anything other than the spider web. You don't know how deep it goes.
And
How
is
high
this
is
some sort of gurney, or is this part of the natural stonework
Where?
that we're standing on, this elevated bit?
It just seems to be part of the natural stonework.
Okay. Sorry,
How
go
high is
ahead.
the ceiling above us?
Pretty high, you can't see it.
Oh, jeez.
course.
Do we have any idea
Pretty
where
high.
these hook spiders are?
They're hooked.
If somebody wants to
Oh
give
my
me a
God.
scan, sure.
Spider scan.
Reason and science or security difficulty 2.
I'm not the reason person with this body.
No, I'm not. I'm not either. I am no good at reason. Yeah, no. Poor choice on my side.
Okay. You basically read the same readings as before, and some more. You just read that they're in front of you somewhere.
The spiders.
The
So
life forms,
north
yes.
on this map.
Yes,
All 7 of the life forms, just so we're clear.
correct.
Do we know how much further along they are? Any idea? 200
with-
feet?
Not
100
with that
feet?
roll. Nope. Rub him for good luck. I'm telling you.
I step over these rocks cautiously.
Okay.
Gentlemen, I still think this is perhaps a bit foolish. Nobody knows what we're about. The captain has no idea.
Saving lives is not foolish.
Aren't you the commanding officer here?
Damn it, Taria! Hold on. Yes, we want to save lives. We also want to stay alive. Let's not be foolhardy.
Taria, give me an insight and security. Difficulty 1. You see the walkway, but you also see that it goes in front of you, so it continues north, and you see the wires that kind of lay along the ground there, but you see that another walkway goes to the left.
What the hell's going on? There's no rhyme nor reason to this.
It just seems to be natural from what you can see.
I think we should continue to follow the wires.
Let's follow the
The wires,
wires.
What do they mean?
See, this is why I'll never make captain. Because I'll be dead!
It's okay. You're used to staying in engineering.
I'm an engineer, not a captain.
Doctor.
A doctor?
Okay.
So,
Damn it, Jim.
question from for the admiral.
Sure.
Up here in my little control center, how long has it been?
It's probably been about at least 30 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna.
20 to 30 minutes.
I'm probably like hanging out, and like whistling, and looking around, and eyeballing some of the climate stuff. And then I like take a look at my communicator, and I'm like getting nervous because they haven't talked to me yet. And I turn it on to try to talk to them. This is Lieutenant Junior Grade Morax. Are you down there, Lieutenant Commander?
You get
Over.
no response.
Okay. I want to try to mess around with the communicator to see if I can, like, either by positioning, an combination of positioning and engineering, to see if I can send a signal down there. Maybe using these wires next to me. I want to try to maybe run the communication down more central to them, kind of using the wires as maybe like a little bit of a to amplify the electromagnetic field, if you will. Kind of like when you knock on a wall.
Yeah.
You do Norse code. I'm kind of like knocking on the pipes.
So are you
with the
basically
wires.
pulling one of those wires down?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to see if I can interface with it. Maybe I have some sort of like analog connection I could just like stick into the wire to like boost or maybe amplify my signal.
Okay.
Just enough to conduct.
Sure. Reason and Conn. Reason and Conn. Difficulty of 3.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm gonna use my focus here, communications. And I'm gonna use a momentum just in case. I need to do this. Oh. Well, sir, I'm not gonna use the momentum to save that complication.
So you do try to yank one of those wires or attach to it and go off of it, and you hook it up in what you think is in a way that it's going to work. It does not work.
Oh. I kick the wires, and then I need to think about this process a little more before I go at it again, I imagine.
Okay.
So. Oh, actually, no. I'm gonna report to the captain.
This should be interesting
Bridge,
dialogue.
this is Lieutenant Junior Grade Morax reporting from the away team. Over. Yes, Lieutenant Morax. This is Captain Maricadi. Why are you reaching out to me instead of Lieutenant Commander Cabal? Well, geez, about that, sir. They went down to that hatch that they were mentioning, and we seem to have lost communication with them, and I can't get communication back. Very well, Lieutenant Junior Grade. Stay posted while I communicate with the bridge crew. Keep me updated if you hear back from them, and try to restore communication if possible. Thank you. Click. Thank you. Oh. And then, yeah.
At this point, down below, Admiral, I say, okay, let's regroup. Just hold on, Taria, Kemp, Moore. Moore, please check, see if you can localize those life signs again. Has there been any change in the one that seemed to be flickering, the one that seemed to be in distress? More?
Admiral, am I seeing anything else?
So you're going to need to do another scan for me, please, with your tricorder. We're going to do reason and security or reason and medicine. Difficulty of 2.
Whoa!
How would you like to use that momentum?
More information.
More information.
A momentous occasion.
And their exact location. If
Okay.
possible.
Okay. Which would you like first? The spiders or these other life signs?
Spiders.
You detect 3. You detect 2 to your left and 1 to your north or in front of you.
Are they behind? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, it looks like I'm getting a better signal now. That we've got 2 of these spiders off to the left there, and 1 straight ahead.
So if we continue on our present course, they will be between us and the elevator, correct? Do I understand correctly?
Affirmative.
Some more?
Yeah. Yep.
And
Might be a good idea that I just kind of hang back here in case something comes up on your rear.
But we don't know the prospective strength of these spiders. I don't know if you on your own, if it wouldn't just be picking us off one by one if we left you behind. That's my concern. Is there any indication whatsoever that they're actually headed towards us, that they're reacting to our presence?
That's hard to say because of the previous scan before compared to this one. Before you just knew they were in front of you. Now you definitely know there's a couple to your left and at least 1 up in front.
The situation is definitely tenuous. I'm reluctant to continue forward. Taria, are you sure about this?
We have security personnel for this. We're just engineers.
Exactly. Taria, it might be prudent at this point to return and come back with more firepower.
Oh, but who knows what could happen while we're away?
Yeah,
We're
but
here
there's a definite
now,
threat.
and there is a definite threat, and that's why we need to press on.
The implication is that these life forms, these other life forms, whoever they are, whatever they are, have been here for quite some time, judging by the appearance of their ship.
And they will be destroyed if we don't extract them anyway, due to what's coming to the planet in, I don't know, it was probably 16 hours last we checked.
16 hours. My supposition at this point is that they're in some sort of stasis. That's what the cabling is leading to. That's based on the readings you took earlier. Why it's down here as opposed to on the ship, I can't fathom at this exact time. But if they are in stasis, there's nothing we can do for them right now anyways, unless your intention is to bring them out of stasis and between the four of us bring them back to the ship. Have you thought this through?
Have you thought it through? Why did you come on an away mission if you weren't prepared to follow through?
Taria, you're bordering on insubordination. I'm trying
And
to
you're
give you the benefit of the
bordering
doubt.
on cowardice. We can stand here and argue, or we can move forward and sort this out.
You would speak to a fellow Andorian in such a fashion?
It doesn't feel like I'm speaking to an Andorian.
You know, I think Lieutenant Taria might be right here. These people are in danger.
Oh, flip-flop much there, Ensign Moore? Fine.
Well,
Zemp, do you have anything to add? You're being very quiet.
Wow. Okay. As another commanding officer on this platoon, I don't like spiders. Let me just start that off right from the get-go. Taria has a point. You know, there could be lives in danger. However, there will be a lot more lives in danger if we are not alive and well as members of the Federation in order to save people that are in need. This is in no way convoluted, I promise. So my vote is that me and the other commanding officer make our way back to the ship, and you guys do what you want. Then everyone's happy.
you're gonna return with reinforcements, though, right?
I mean, I'm not returning, but we might have reinforcements.
I don't know that that's advisable. What is advised? All right, hold on. So we think we've been down here, what, half an hour? That it's taken us half an hour to walk this far?
Yeah, with your caution and your insubordination, yes.
Zemp, why don't you head back? We seem to be just abreast of the spiders.
I'm leaving as soon as he gave that order. Yes. Yep.
Advise them of our current situation. We will continue.
Zemp is more afraid of the social awkwardness than the spiders.
Okay.
I just want to make that clear.
Okay, so Zemp's heading back.
He is.
Yes.
So
okay, Lieutenant Taria, after you.
Can I get Caval? I need you to roll an insight and security and more insight and security, please.
I'm sorry, insight and security, was it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Taria, maybe you're the only one that kind of senses this or sees this, but the webbing everywhere seems to be kind of going like this.
I hope you're happy now, Taria.
I would look at it for a moment, and then I would pull my tricorder out and look to see if there's any more spider readings than there were a moment ago.
So you're just scanning for more life signs?
More spider signs.
Okay. What did we say earlier? Reason.
Is there is there going to be a robot spider that wouldn't be on life signs? Is that what you're...
No, I'm just trying to make sure I know what you're scanning for. That's all.
Ideas.
It comes out with Data's head.
That's what I'm looking for.
All right.
I just
reason.
want to clarify. Sorry, for Forloth, obviously the crew below, on the way team are much different than the crew in the bridge. Just in case you didn't realize, we get
sent red shirts for
turds. Yeah, we sent red shirts. We sent the epitome of being a red shirt.
Well, these lower deckers are the worst. Yep. Absolute worst.
Yeah.
Remind me never to go with them again.
It will be in my report if I live.
If I live. Ooh.
We'll throw you in one of the life pods, whatever.
Kullat,
do you bring this to our attention, Taria?
One moment.
Oh, sure. You take your time.
Take your time. We're not in mortal danger or anything.
How far have you gone so far, Zemp, while they're chatting?
I would be fast walking. Not quite jogging, but like I got somewhere to be inside the local Walmart.
Okay. So, if you're fast walking, move down 2 spaces for me. Thank you. Okay. No, Taria, you still are scanning 3 life signs. Three spider signs. Sorry. Yes.
Spider sign. Spider sign.
So the way it would look is I'm about to take another step forward when I look to the side, and I'm staring at the web. And then I whip out my tricorder and I'm staring at that and, punching around on it. And I go, I see vibrations in the web, but I don't notice any more life signs than there were a moment ago. Keep your head on a swivel.
Implying that they're headed our way. It might behoove us to just back up and take defensive positions.
We don't know it to be creative.
You do whatever you want, Taria.
I
am backing up and taking a defensive position.
We're in a big open space.
So everybody pause right where you're at. Because you're now entering combat. Right? So
we're in combat. Taria's still,
No, you're all in combat. I've got my helmet on right now. So initially, let me do that and that. So who's going first?
Do we have any targets?
You don't see anything currently, do you?
Do we have any way to send light out at a distance, like any flares to throw out or
glow sticks?
Yeah, something like that.
No glow sticks, just your standard issue Starfleet flashlights. I mean, you got your phaser.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's a nice light stick also.
We don't have anything, so it's...
I'm just going to... I think I'll be best served locating the target, so I'm going to use my tricorder to try and get the exact location where they're at.
Okay, so you've got... Remember, so in combat, you have a minor action and a standard action. Minor actions are aim draw. You don't have to do any drawing because you already have your tricorder out. So basically, if you want to utilize your tricorder, we'll use that as your standard action then, if you're going first.
Okay.
So
Sure,
go
can I-
ahead.
Can I shout?
Yeah, that's free. Do whatever you want.
Zep, run!
Run. So reason and reason and security or medicine if you're looking for life signs and where they're located.
Okay.
Difficulty 2.
Damn.
Sorry, I not to retcon, but I didn't say it ahead of time, so I don't know if you were planning on using a momentum based on what I was going to say.
No, we don't have many, so I want to save it for now.
Okay.
And then minor action movement, like how far can we move? I don't remember. It's been a while since we've had grid combat.
I really don't have a movement system set up. So if you're trying, it just depends on how far you want to go. If you're are you just like slowly moving? Are you trying to move quick?
Slowly moving. I just want to move a little bit to the south so that I'm not like right at that intersection.
Okay, so you could move probably 2 squares.
Okay.
Next.
I started the turn by saying I was moving back and taking defensive positions, so I guess I'm going to do the same thing.
So that'll be, so we'll use that then basically as...
You can ready actions, right?
Yeah. So it's called... where is it at? Basically like prepare and stand is what it's called. So if you want to move back 2 spaces and then basically prepare and stand, I assume it's a readiness in case something shows up you're going to shoot, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Taria, get back here. This would be my advice as a fellow Andorian.
Yeah, I do the same thing. And
You back up and move and prepare?
And I'm ready to shoot anything that gets in range.
Okay. Zemp, where you at, baby? What you doing?
Oh, I never stopped.
Let there be no doubt.
So when you hear him shout "run," does that change your actions at this point? Because you were quickly mall walking, correct, at that speed. So does what Caval shouting "run" does that change how you react?
Yeah. You hear my hooves go into a bit of a gallop after that, for sure.
Okay. You just want to basically keep running then, correct?
Yeah, I'm the fuck out of here, dog.
All right. That's about right where I'm pinging is where you can get to.
All right.
Nice.
Okay. Oops. Oops. Yep. Right there. Okay. It's now your guys' turn.
Do we see that behind Ensign Moore?
Well, Ensign Moore would see that. From where he's standing, you might see maybe a leg. Yes.
And so can anyone else take a clean shot, I guess is what I'm asking, besides Ensign Moore?
Oh, actually, so sorry. Your prepare and stand will work here. So both of you, basically, you'll see this hook leg kind of creep up over the edge, right? And it looks like it's starting to like pull itself up. And so we'll start with Caval, if you're shooting first.
Well, let's engage with extreme prejudice. What's the roll on this?
So first, because it's considered a ranged attack, you're going to do a control and security difficulty of 2.
Come on, bitch. Oh, I've got hand phasers and combat tactics. Presumably I can use either or.
Either or. That's a focus, right?
Yep, as a focus. Come on. 2 successes.
Successes. All right. So now, pew 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 pew. On your player sheet there,
Yes.
you'll see your phaser.
No.
At the bottom right, under weapons, phaser type 2.
Oh, yes.
So you'd see the
That's
little
7.
sword and shield next to it.
Yes.
Go ahead and click that.
Right click or left click?
Right or left click. Sorry. It should bring up the challenge dice with dice already in there.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll, sir.
Pew, 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 pew.
Okay.
Do I do that twice, or has it already?
No, it's just once. Your effects don't count. So basically, I'll tell you what happens, and you describe it. So your phaser hits. It shoots right by Ensign Moore, strategically, like you've done this before, like a true Andorian. And the leg that you see that was the legs that you see that were pulling itself up, both of them just kind of melt away, and you kind of hear this screeching and this crying out. But you know, go ahead and.
No, that was beautiful. I can't top that.
Okay. And Taria, you now is your turn to shoot because the legs, its body is up enough that you can see it.
I mean, I'm conflicted there. Those two are closer to it, and I feel like I need to stay focused in the other direction for anything coming up.
Okay. And
So I'm watching like northwest.
oh, okay. So we will do one other quick round. So the spiders have already moved, and this was based off your prepare and stand. So the 4 of you can go, and we'll call it right there.
Shooting it.
You're shooting it?
Darn tootin' it.
Darn tooting it.
Darn.
So, are you doing any minor action with it? Do you remember how that works at all? Refresher?
Is aim a minor action?
So it's considered prepare, which
No,
allows,
that's right.
like, prepare or charge. It basically allows you to utilize
no,
one of
I'm
the
using
effects.
The prepare to like charge up the phaser. I forget exactly what that's called, but to like apply more damage to it, right?
Yeah, you'll get a choice as long as you roll effects, as long as you're successful. So go ahead and give me control and security, difficulty 2. Oops.
Nice.
Nice.
Your phaser doesn't seem to work at all. You're looking at like, did I turn this thing on? Did I forget to charge it last night? It does not work. Who's next?
Has Zemp made the platform?
Zemp is almost to the platform, yes.
Zemp?
Yeah, I'm close. I have not made it to the platform yet, though.
But you have one more action, right? Before we end.
Yeah, he does. You,
Right.
you, Cabal, and Taria all have actions. That the shooting was from your last round, from the prepare and stand.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely how I'm using my action is to
Is to keep running.
get to the platform and yeah.
Okay. Your full action will get you on the platform and enough to basically flip the switch to start going up, if that's what you want to do.
Boom. Let's go.
Okay.
Bye,
so-
guys. Have fun.
Yeah, he says, "Fuck y'all, I'm out."
Here goes our ride.
Yep. 2 moves left. Taria, Taria, and Caval.
Jeez. There's going to be some disciplinary actions after this.
Taria and Caval. Who's going first?
Taria still has 2 actions, right?
Yeah, minor and standard.
You're good.
I'd say I'm still just maintaining the prepared, because while you're able to attack that other one, I'm keeping coverage in case another spider pops up.
Okay.
Okay, well then I'm gonna shoot again.
Okay. Give me a control and security difficulty 2.
Come on. Oh well, got 1 success.
So you shoot past it, and you just kind of, you see the phaser beam shoot past the spider, maybe because the legs aren't, 2 of the legs aren't there anymore, but you see it hit some of the webbing, and you see that webbing kind of ignite, but immediately kind of fizzle out. So you do see some of that web just kind of go, but it does eventually fizzle out. And that's where we'll end.
Boom.
For the evening. Switch over here for you. We will end here, and we'll ask everybody really quick what's going on. I know a couple of you got a dip right at 9, so Captain Maricadi, your thoughts and Morok's thoughts.
Well, the fact that we lost communication with the away team down there has got me urgently looking for any support that we can grab. Additionally, I was hesitant to send down our 2 ace in the holes, but for such a discovery like this, it was necessary. So we'll see if we have anybody to help them out, fill the gaps, and bring the team home. As Moroks, I'm kind of really concerned that they haven't heard back from the team yet. I haven't heard anything, and I don't know what to do. So, hopefully somebody comes back. Although I think I heard somebody start coming up at the end of the session there.
Guys, anybody?
Hello? Please?
Lieutenant Taria being played by Hades, or Commander Kullat.
Taria is one-track mind right now. She wasn't trying to be confrontational, but in her mind, Starfleet's clear that the preservation of life, despite one's own, is what to aim for. So was ready to run right in despite any risk to herself, and now that the spiders are attacking, she's in attack mode, but not sacrificing tactics. She knows there's something behind her, but there's 2 of her teammates engaging it, so she's letting them do that while she keeps face forward. And
Thrall, you seem to have learned that it was spiders, and you said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out." What's going on through Zemp's old mind?
Yes, that is correct. I'm not a fan of arachnids or confrontation, and to be quite frank, being a commanding officer on this expedition, I'm kind of afraid that I am going to have a talking to, and that's not very comfortable for me. And that is the primary thoughts going through Zemp's mind as he walks away from his friends getting attacked by giant spiders.
Caval, there's a lot going on down there. Some
Caval
challenging going on.
Caval has various thoughts on running in parallel. What's going on currently? He's perfectly fine with Zemp heading back because he was more of a hindrance than an asset under the current circumstances, and it's better that he goes back and notifies the rest of the crew what our status is. So perfectly fine with that. That's why I encouraged him to go. I identify with Tara as a fellow Andorian. I know exactly where she's coming from, but also as a junior member, she doesn't have the same breadth and length of experience that I have, where you cannot always act in impulse. You have to take into consideration the other members of your team, and I'm trying to balance that out currently. She and I will go head to head if we live, make it through this.
Yeah.
Moore is acting in an exemplary fashion currently. The initial engagement, the first couple shots appear to have gone well. Hopefully we can continue to maintain. I'm getting crap rolls this entire session. Yeah, that's the lot of thoughts, a lot of plates in the air, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of ins and outs. That's where Cabal is right now.
That's right. You can't always act on impulse. Sometimes you have to go to work.
He's here all week, folks. Don't forget to tip your Ferengi bartender.
She'll be court-martialed for bad puns, if nothing else.
Well, then she'll have light duty to take care of her and Grax's love child.
Light speed duty.
And lastly, Ensign Moore being played by Andal, who is Severian. What's going on through his mind?
Moore right now is frantically pulling the trigger of his phaser, trying to shoot this spider, and is about to panic because nothing's happening. So that's where he's at. But Andal is much calmer up on the bridge, just kind of standing by for any medical assistance that might be needed, and maybe working on some small projects on the side, just trying to be productive.
Awesome. And that's where we'll end today, folks. I don't know of... Our next game, actually next Shiver game, is this Sunday at 11 a.m. So we'll see what's going on with the team, the group of Boomtown. We'll see what's going on with those guys. Anybody else? Strahd, you going this weekend?
I feel like there's something going on this weekend, but I have evaded me. So stay tuned for the schedule. It should be up here by midweek.
Stay tuned, everybody. For those of you stuck around, let's see. It was Spider Queen and the Lover 4331. Thank you for those subs right out of the gate. We do appreciate it here at Tabletop Anthologies. Everybody who stuck around, thanks for hanging out. We should be going again next Tuesday, the 22nd, and hopefully we'll have a full crew again, because this is definitely taking a turn. Could it be for the worse? I don't know. Well,
For the
everybody,
Spider-Verse.
for the Spider-Verse, yeah.
Did anybody try talking to the spider? No.
You know,
No,
he makes
nobody
a
even
point.
thought about the spider's emotions.
Dude
basically.
just walks up to us and gets shot.
He's like, hey guys, oh my god, finally, you've saved us, please, my woman and children.
Yeah, he's like, there goes the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So much for the Prime Directive, huh?
Who's the neighborhood? Oh dear.
Can't even have legs.
Can't even have. This is why we don't have nice things. With that,
This spider's up on center box. No time flat.
Oh, no.
you're gonna mouth feed it now,
Mama bird.
Mama Bird it. Everybody, thanks for hanging out. We'll catch you next time. Live long and prosper.